crawlers, thank you for coming. This is our first annual food crawl, A Taste of Mount Vernon. I'm Trisha Fraser, owner of T. Fraser Productions, and I'd like to welcome you to this event, Sunday, August 17th. What we've done is designed an event that would cater to the seniors in the Mount Vernon area, and we're taking them to various locations, various restaurants throughout the area. We also have entertainment for them, jazz as well as funky music, and we have an amazing historian on the bus who will give them history about Mount Vernon. For example, where Dick Clark lived, where Denzel Washington lived, things like that. So come on board and let's crawl. Hi everyone, thank you for coming on board. I'm Trisha Fraser of T. Fraser Productions, and I want to welcome you to the first annual food crawl, A Taste of Mount Vernon. This is an idea I came up with to give a tribute to the seniors that are in the area. We have various restaurants for you to attend, as well as entertainment. And we also have a historian here, Griffin, one of our councilmen here. I'd also like to thank the sponsors that help put this together, which include the restaurants, as well as James, who's our driver today. We have Henry here, who will be providing entertainment for us, as well as Sue Phillips. She's his better half. That's right. We want to thank Adrian Surgeon, who was our graphic designer. We also have the Mount Vernon Inquirer here on the bus. Some of you may know Darryl Walker, who's the marketing manager. And yeah, so
as you know, we're on 4th Avenue, and we may double up, but I don't want to miss some nice features. So if you notice, some of the storefronts here are closed up, and this is an opportunity for Mount Vernon to bring in new businesses and get some new stores in here. Yeah. Now, this section of Mount Vernon,
we're here at Golden Cross on 4th Avenue. I want to thank Sandra Bryan for being one of the first restaurants to join us for the food crawl, A Taste of Mount Vernon. Come on in. Hi Sandra, we just want to thank you so much for being a part of the first annual food crawl, A Taste of Mount Vernon. And I'm just curious to know what made you want to participate in this.
I've always happy to give back to the community, and I think the more you give is the more the community grows. This community needs a lot, and I'm willing to give anytime.
And how long have you been here in the Mount Vernon area?
I've been here 16 years.
Wow. So you're a veteran.
Yes, I am.
So we want everybody to come over to this. What's the address and phone number where people can reach you?
Our address is 67 South 4th Avenue, Mount Vernon, and our phone number is 914-667-1301.
And what are your hours of operation? Because we want to make sure people get your lovely patties and your exactly your food cake and your Jamaican cuisine.
Sorry, our jerk chicken.
And don't you have a new product now? The smoothies you offer?
Yeah,
we
have a new product now. It's a smoothie. We're trying to give customer a healthy choice. Not only just to drink sodas, we want to give them something healthy, especially in the mornings when they're going to work. They could take an healthy juice with them instead of drinking a soda.
Perfect. And the time that they should come here?
We're open from 7 until 8 p.m.
Monday through Sunday?
Monday through Saturday, and Sunday 7 a.m. until 6:30 p.m.
Wonderful. Well, I want to thank you so much, Sandra, for being a part of this, and I definitely look forward to you doing another food crawl in the near future.
You're welcome. Anytime, just call me and I'm willing to help.
Wonderful.
point out to you that this is an area right now that the City Council has designated as blight, which means we really need an influx of businesses here in this area. So to the left and to the right, most of this property is owned by Mount Vernon. And with blight, you can go in there and tell a owner that we're going to take your home because there's going to be a big development in the area. Okay, so I don't know if you remember, but there used to be a fire station right here to our
Your left.
to the left, and that's where the mayor wanted to do a hip-hop museum sort of thing. But the building was in disrepair, and we eventually had to tear it down. So this whole area, left and right, is either owned by the city or by a few landowners. And soon there will be a development plan in place to rebuild this entire area. All right, now on the left, there's the Mount Vernon Daycare Center. Now you say, how did it get that name? That's because it was the oldest daycare center in Mount Vernon. It's a non-for-profit corporation. I'm actually on the board, and we built this playground, and it helps fund a lot of the kids in the neighborhood whose parents need to work, but they can't afford daycare services. So here we provide quality daycare for students so that parents can go to work.
Didn't Kaboom help out with that? Kaboom?
Yes, and Kaboom is an organization that goes in the way and helps to fund the development of playgrounds. And they ask big corporations for volunteers and from the community volunteers to come in to help build that playground. So Kraft Foods sent a lot of their employees, they gave them the day off, and they told them go to Mount Vernon for this non-for-profit organization and build this playground so these kids can have a nice playground to play in. And that's how that playground was built.
All right.
I'm sorry, 2nd Street. Now if you look up 2nd Street, you're going to see steeples. And that's because a lot of these churches came into Mount Vernon and built their churches on 2nd Avenue. So you have Unity Baptist Church right here. You know, there's Grace across the street, a little bit inward. You also have Sacred Heart Church. Up the hill, you have the old Methodist Church. So they're all right up the line. All of the steeples are there, the clock towers, that sort of thing. So when Mount Vernon builds tall buildings, one of the things that I look out for is to make sure that we don't block the view of these steeples. Let's creep across here so that folks can see. So go ahead and look up 2nd Avenue or 2nd Street and see the steeples that line this area. You see Sacred Heart.
Wow.
And if you look closely enough, you can see the United Methodist Church's steeple as well.
Nice.
There's also a church down the hill in the corner as well. So this was like Church Row, if you will. Now, if you're from Mount Vernon, you know that Mount Vernon has a library. But we have a historic library that Andrew Carnegie gave to us to build. And that is this to the right here. There was a main building initially, but then we expanded the building to the left side of the building was expanded. When it was originally built, there was a staircase here, but that staircase was removed, and this facade is like it is now. But that's a historic library. And of course, we also have a historic post office. So as you can see, when you used to come into Mount Vernon, you had the train station, which you'll see, you have the post office, you have a library, and then the building here, which you can't see the height of, was the tallest building in Westchester. This used to be Westchester Electric Company, which eventually got taken over by Con Edison, and it was the Con Ed building. Con Ed then wanted to sell the building. The county realized that we can't have this skyscraper building in Mount Vernon with no owner. We don't want it going derelict. So the county came in and decided we're going to bring services to downtown Mount Vernon. That's why the county now owns this building, and they protected it. Get straight up and make a right on that little block. Now, what's interesting about this building, if you look at the next building down, right down the hill right here, that was the power plant for that tall building. Now the power plant was required to be bought when they bought that building. So previously a building owner wanted to buy the building and not the power plant. Little did they know, without buying the power plant, the building wouldn't have any heat. So they had to buy that building as well.
That's funny.
Now, here goes a piece of information that you may not know. The folks that think they know Mount Vernon, pause right here. Pause right here. This building to our right is now a supermarket. I bet you always knew it to be a supermarket. But look closely at these new brick windows that were put in. You see how the brick is different?
Yes.
That's because there used to be windows there. There are windows there because that used to be a movie theater back in the day. And it sloped down and the screen was over here till the end. Then the front was where the ticket booth was and everything. Very long time ago. So next time you go by the building, take a look at it closely. You can see where there's a movie theater.
Wow.
I think it's
Wonderful. Wonderful. So we're at the second spot of our food crawl, the first annual food crawl, A Taste of Mount Vernon. I'm here with Fernando, who's the owner of Galito's Restaurant. And so, Fernando, I want to know, what made you want to get involved with the food crawl?
Well, I used to be in the wine business, and food and wine kind of go together. And there aren't too many Portuguese restaurants, so tried to people know more about Portuguese food. You know, it's not a fast food type of thing. It's everything is pretty much done after you order. So, and it's we've been here like
Wonderful.
12
A lot
years.
of love in there.
That's definitely
Handmade with a lot of love, right?
You know, it's got the little Mediterranean touch food, and we do a little of the paella, so because of all the influence Portugal's got, with Africa, with Brazil, and all that. So it's a multi-plot.
Oh, I love it. So now we're going to head on in because we have our empty stomachs and our big appetites. And Fernando's going to tell us all about the various dishes.
We're known also for our delicious barbecue chicken. We also do a piri-piri, but today we didn't do because it's a spicy chicken. But we do our specialty, which is barbecue chicken.
Looks delicious. And then this is your wine cellar, I assume?
Yes.
Because I remember you mentioned that you...
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Now, is it mostly Portuguese wine?
Mostly, yes.
Wow.
Mostly Portuguese.
Yeah. Do you have a winery in Portugal, or...?
No.
No?
My father used to be in the pork business. That's why I have a lot of pieces of like virgin cork and stuff like that, so people don't know. Like I have a piece back there. That's people know the cork on top of the bottles, but they don't really know where it comes from.
Yeah.
Just to finish a little bit about the cork thing. Actually, this is the tool that they use to take the bark off. It's a little axe. This thing is this is a replica because this is actually made out of cork, but normally this is axe. This is a very sharp blade and with a wood handle. And the way they do it, this thing is like sharp. Actually, the guy that's working on top of the tree, he carries like a little stone to keep sharpening all the time. And what he does, it goes on the top, and he starts hitting until he opens up a little bit. Once he opens, then he gets this little edge on it, and he keeps squeezing, and it keeps cracking down, up to a point where he hits it again. So he takes out like cylinders out of the tree. Normally they're like 2-3 feet cylinders. Right. So that's the tool. This used to be, everybody used to carry one of these in the cars. People drive around, there used to be springs of water here and there, and it's a cup. And the way this happens is when you cut a branch, the tree heals itself by growing over the cut. So that's how this is formed, by cutting a branch. So that's the little finish tool. Now I brought this. Anybody knows what this is? Right. It's a bacalhau.
Bacalhau.
Portuguese were they're known for the bacalhau, and what it is a dry salted codfish, and they go and catch the cod up in Norway in the cold waters, and then they bring it to Portugal, where they clean it out and open, because you need the sun to dry it. Up north they don't have that nice hot dry sun, and they salt it. So Portugal is fortunate to be one of the few countries that still uses a lot of bacalhau, because as you know, the waters are getting warm, and the fishes are starting to disappear, because cod wants really cold and deep waters, and they used to be like almost 3 feet long. Now they get if they get to 2 feet is the most of it.
They catch them too early.
No, the waters are getting too warm, and they're not. And the fish is trying to go deeper and deeper for colder, and that doesn't exist. So